October 1918, the Argonne Forest, France. The trees were thick, the ground soaked, and visibility almost non-existent. For the American soldiers of the 77th Division, the Argonne felt less like a forest and more like a trap closing in from all sides. World War I was nearing its end, but in the forests of northeastern France, the fighting was as brutal as ever. The American-led Meuse-Argonne offensive was the largest operation in U.S. military history. More than 1 million American soldiers had been thrown into battle to break the German defenses and end the war. Among them was a force of around 550 men, led by Major Charles Whittlesey. Their mission was simple on paper: advance through the forest and hold their position until friendly units caught up. In reality, nothing went as planned. On October 2nd, the battalion pushed forward through tangled undergrowth and shattered ground. German resistance was lighter than expected. Encouraged, they advanced faster, too fast. Unbeknownst to them, units on both flanks had been stopped by heavy machine gun fire. The Lost Battalion kept moving until they suddenly found themselves cut off, surrounded, and alone. German forces quickly realized the opportunity. Artillery rained down on the American position. Machine guns opened from multiple directions. Snipers hid in the trees, waiting patiently. Within hours, the battalion was trapped in a ravine, with no clear escape route. Food was scarce. Ammunition ran dangerously low. Communication lines were destroyed by shellfire. Worse still, American artillery, unaware of their true position, began firing on them by mistake. Men were killed by their own side. Major Whittlesey sent runner after runner through the enemy lines. Most never returned. Finally, he released a carrier pigeon named Cher Ami, carrying a desperate message. "We are along the road parallel to 276.4. Our own artillery is dropping a barrage directly on us. For heaven's sake, stop it!" The pigeon was shot through the chest and lost an eye, but somehow reached headquarters. The artillery fire stopped. Cher Ami would become one of the most famous animals of the war. But survival was far from guaranteed. German troops sent messages urging the Americans to surrender. Whittlesey refused. His men held their ground, despite hunger, thirst, and wounds that could not be treated. Some soldiers resorted to drinking rainwater mixed with mud. Others lay motionless, pretending to be dead to avoid sniper fire. The dead could not be buried. The smell of decay hung over the ravine. For 5 days, the Lost Battalion endured constant attack. Every hour felt like the last, yet discipline held. They fired only when necessary, conserving ammunition with grim precision. On October 7th, American and French troops finally broke through the German lines and reached the ravine. Of the original 550 men, only about 194 were able to walk out. The rest were dead, wounded, or missing. The survivors were hailed as heroes. Whittlesey was awarded the Medal of Honor. Cher Ami received a French military decoration. But for the men who lived, victory felt hollow. Many would carry physical and psychological scars for the rest of their lives. Some never spoke about the forest again. Just weeks later, on November 11, 1918, the war would end. The Lost Battalion became a symbol not of glory, but of endurance. Their story revealed the true nature of modern war: confusion, sacrifice, and survival against impossible odds. World War I would be remembered for its scale, its suffering, and its silence. And in the Argonne Forest, among the shattered trees and unmarked graves, the echoes of those 5 days would remain long after the guns fell quiet.